What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and Marvel has officially revealed Phase 5 and some of Phase 6. Now, it's probably pretty doubtful if you're here that you missed the reveal of Phase 5, but in case you did miss it, Marvel added 3 new projects: an 18-episode-long Daredevil Born Again Disney Plus show, a new Captain America show, Captain America New World Order, and to close off Phase 5, we have the Thunderbolts. However, Kevin Feige gave us a sneak peek into Phase 6. He told us that Phase 6 is going to end with Avengers Secret Wars. We're also going to be getting Avengers The Kang Dynasty before then, and we are going to be getting the Fantastic Four on November 8th of 2024. However, there are 8 slots in Phase 6 that have not been revealed yet, and of course fans want to know, well, what the heck are they? And although these were some pretty great reveals, fans were kind of expecting some X-Men or mutant news and possible news about Deadpool 3, but don't worry, that's what we're about to talk about here. All of the projects that we know about that are going to take these slots in Phase 6. So let's dive into it, and of course, if you love the MCU, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So let's first talk about the X-Men, because a lot of people were really expecting some mutant news, but keep in mind, these missing projects for Phase 6 are most likely going to be revealed in only a couple of months from now at Disney's D23 event. Marvel has an insanely huge panel there, so you know they had to save some stuff for that. And what's crazy and kind of makes you think is that they actually revealed so much at San Diego Comic-Con, all of Phase 5, including those new projects, and huge projects of Phase 6, 2 Avengers films, and the date for the Fantastic Four. It makes you wonder, what do they have left and how exciting is it going to be? You'd have to imagine it's pretty dang exciting if they chose to leave it out of San Diego Comic-Con and keep it for the big surprise at D23. So let's talk about the mutants first, because that is clearly something that was held back for D23. Now, there are 2 different ways that they could go with the X-Men. Since they announced Secret Wars, which is where universes start to collide into each other, otherwise known as an incursion, which is what Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness explained to us. This is clearly going to happen in Secret Wars, and the X-Men can either come before or after. It all depends on what their origin is going to be inside of the MCU. If the mutants are going to be from another universe, that means they probably come after, during, or right before Secret Wars, because it will be the events of Secret Wars that bring the mutants from another universe into ours. That could happen. However, I do think they're going to come before Secret Wars. I think they're going to start to come in Phase 6, probably early on. The last thing that Kevin Feige talked about at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019 was the mutants, and he talked about them when talking about the Fantastic Four. So clearly the plans for the Fantastic Four and the mutants are somewhat close to each other time-wise on the Phase 6 slate. So I'm assuming the X-Men movie / mutants movie, because we're not sure what they'll call it, or if the X-Men team already exists in the MCU, will probably come early on in Phase 6. Then of course we have Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is 100% coming in Phase 6. A lot of the cast has already been assembled for Deadpool 3 as we speak. They have a couple of head writers. Of course, Ryan Reynolds is helping write the movie as well. Ryan Reynolds has met with Marvel Studios plenty of times because he's posted pictures of him at Marvel Studios, and recently Disney Plus has added Logan, Deadpool 1, and Deadpool 2 to Disney Plus, still rated R. So they are preparing for Deadpool 3 to enter the MCU. That is 100% happening sometime in Phase 6. Now, another one that's going to be coming in Phase 6 most likely is a Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland. Spider-Man No Way Home started off the multiverse in the MCU, and essentially Secret Wars is basically going to be Spider-Man No Way Home, but on a bigger level. Incursions are going to happen, universes are going to start to collide into each other, and different variants are going to meet each other and fight side by side. So we'll have, again, multiple variants of Spider-Man, multiple variants of the Scarlet Witch, the new Captain America. Heck, we could even see cameos from old actors like Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. They could come back and play variants of themselves. So Secret Wars is going to be pretty insane. But I am expecting a Spider-Man movie, especially since Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal of Sony did confirm that they are already working on a Spider-Man 4. Now, there's a project that was not shown for Phase 5 that everybody thought was going to be shown for Phase 5 that everybody is really curious about now, and that is Armor Wars. Armor Wars is going to star Don Cheadle. He, of course, is going to be playing War Machine, and the plot for this series is supposedly what happens when the Iron Man technology gets into the wrong hands? This kind of sounds like something Dr. Doom would do, or be behind at least. Now, rumors are going crazy that Dr. Doom is about to enter the MCU this year, and he does have connections to She-Hulk, and he does, of course, have connections to Wakanda, him probably wanting vibranium. So Doom could definitely be hinted at this year. And if he does come, he could go on to become God Emperor Doom in Secret Wars, just like he is in the comics. But until then, when he's introduced to Secret Wars, he could get his hands on some Iron Man technology and kind of start to try to take over the world. And that could be a big plot for Armor Wars. Now, another project that is most likely going to be in Phase 6 because it just fits is a Nova movie. Now, this was announced by Deadline. They said that Richard Rider, aka Nova, is joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As sources tell Deadline, Marvel is developing a Nova project with Moon Knight writer Sabir Pirzada. So since they already have a writer for the movie, I'm assuming that it's coming in Phase 6. Plus, Nova just makes sense to have for the cosmic side of the MCU. Also, not to mention Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 seems to be the end for a lot of the Guardians, so Nova could easily join the new Guardians of the Galaxy. So I am expecting Nova in Phase 6. Now here's where we get a little bit into the unknown. We know that Marvel's What If Season 2 is actually coming in Phase 5, but Kevin Feige did not list it on Phase 5. Having said that, we know that Spider-Man Freshman Year and Marvel Zombies are going to be coming out in 2024, which would technically make them part of Phase 6. So those could occupy a couple of dates here that are listed for Phase 6, or they could be left out of this, much like What If Season 2 was left out of Phase 5. Again, that's a little bit unknown at the time, but we do know that those two projects are coming in 2024. Another one that we have is Eros and Pip the Troll. Eros, aka Star Fox, and Pip the Troll were introduced in the post-credit scene for the Eternals. Then Marvel Studios confirmed an Eternals sequel. Then after this San Diego Comic-Con, Kevin Feige said that we were going to explore Eros and Pip the Troll pretty soon. And I'm assuming that they're not going to get their own movie, but are going to be major characters in Eternals 2. So I'm guessing that the second Eternals film is going to be a part of Phase 6, especially if you consider what Secret Wars actually is. The Eternals are definitely going to want to step in. Marvel Studios has also confirmed a Shang-Chi sequel, and that could definitely take one of these listed slots here for Phase 6, especially if you consider what the post-credits for Shang-Chi were. Shang-Chi and Katie basically became Avengers. They were with Wong and they were talking to Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner. Then Captain Marvel got some sort of a distress signal and she had to go. So the setup was very clear and Kevin Feige confirmed a sequel. The only question is, will they have the sequel before Secret Wars, or will they just have Shang-Chi in these team-up films and we'll get a sequel after Secret Wars? And the other ones that could occupy these slots that have been mentioned so far are the Okoye series coming to Disney Plus, and we also have some series that are going to be focused on the world of Wakanda that might occupy these slots as well. So the future of Phase 6 is extremely bright. We should expect Deadpool, the Mutants, Nova, and a lot of other awesome characters being introduced to the MCU. But let me know what you are most excited about, what you would love to see in the comments down below. And if you could, give the video a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel news. For live updates, you can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.